All right, we just watched a little YouTube, took a break. Now we're going to go back and learn about these terms here. And you had a question, Eric, yeah?
Oh yeah, Google Gear. What about that? Google Gear. It's like
Google Gear. What's that?
I don't know. It's like a little. They said it takes. I don't know what it's about.
Google Gear?
Yeah.
Program or
I don't know, I
certification
think
machine?
It's like a model or something like that.
Model? Is it like something you
like
wear?
Image. Go image.
Huh?
Just push image.
You want me to just get images?
Yeah, that thing right there.
Google Gear. What is that?
I don't know. It's supposed to be something that doesn't turn or. Something.
Gear reduction. What's it for?
I have no idea. That's what I'm asking.
Dun 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 dun. I have no idea either. The mechanism of eternity, 100 gears. All right, we'll look into that afterwards. I don't know what it does. All right, now reviewing week 2. We're just reviewing. We learned about AI. One of the it's kind of like the new thing, AI. It's extraordinary. It's amazing. Like, incredible that you could just talk to machines. And they understand you. You could use natural language. Like, that was such a hard thing to achieve and accomplish. And there's interesting things about this new era that we're in. I haven't shown you this. I need to pause the video to get it. So AI, we used to be in the age of information. Now we're in the age of understanding. And we're in this age of understanding because of artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence is able to look at all of the information and create understanding, which is why it's now the age of understanding. That's my term. People don't name ages. Ages kind of become named over time just by people starting to think about what do we call this era we're in and starting to call it that. And then it starts to be known as something. So I've just been thinking of it as the age of understanding, this era of artificial intelligence. We had a problem in the information age, right? And the problem in the information age was information overload. And then AI has solved that problem. Because it used to be that if you searched for something, Google used to show you, like if I searched for how to change oil in a car, right? I would get like millions of results. They used to show you all of the results. And now it just like keeps going. Like there's no way I could ever understand all of this. AI understands all of this. AI has looked at all this. And it just keeps going, right? Like pages and pages. Well, they only give me 23 pages now. That's it? Are you serious? But they used to say, like millions of results for this one thing. So that was the information age where we had information overload. No way we could ever process all that information. But AI has processed all that information. And now we just ask it questions. And it returns understanding from having processed all that information. You get it? So the information age was characterized by information. The age of understanding is characterized by understanding. The information age was mechanistic, meaning it's like a machine, it's mechanical, it's gears. You have to kind of do things in mechanical ways. And so part of that mechanical thing is like we had to conform to the computers, we had to conform to the machines. So if we were to search for best restaurants near me, that's like the search. We keep our searches really short, really brief, not too much, very condensed. Because if you give it too much, it doesn't make sense. That's the information age, very mechanistic. We conform to the machines. Age of understanding, right, is very humanistic. It's like humans. And the computers conform to us. So now when I go and, in the past, in the information age, I would search best restaurants near me, and then I just look through them. Now I go to ChatGPT and I'm like, hey, have I told you guys this already? I didn't say this. I go, hey, I want to take my wife out. It's our anniversary. We like, food from different cultures. Spicy's all right with us. We don't need expensive, but we want things that are really well rated. We want something that's good. I hate eating out, by the way. I'm always so often disappointed when I eat out. I'm like, really? You have a whole business and this is the crap you're cooking? We ate out Friday and I was just, or Saturday, I was just like, this is bad.
Where did you go to?
I'm not going to say. I don't want to offend some family. That's my parents' restaurant.
What type of food was it?
Not going to say, man. It's just bad. And it's like rated 4.8. So anyhow, now I just, could give all this brain dump to Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, and it understands it. It's like, oh, cool, I'll find a good restaurant for you for your anniversary. Got it, and it understands all that. So the computers conform to us now. We just talk to them. And so these are characteristics of each of these different eras, right? We had single interactions in the information age. You do a search. If you didn't like the results, you do another search. Totally different. Starting from zero again. But here, if you don't like the results, you're like, what are you doing, man? That's not what I'm looking for. I don't need things in Visalia. Keep it like, limited to Fresno and Clovis. Okay, gotcha. I get what you're doing. You just continue the conversation. It's conversational, right? In the information age, we had to synthesize the information. Like, okay, I'll look at 1 or 2 pages, return results. In the age of understanding, the AI synthesized all the information. Back in the information age, content was created by humans. In the age of understanding, content is created by machines. Ooh, that's going to be weird, right? Like when the machines they're already creating music. It's pretty good. You guys heard that 50 Cent cover, What Up Gangster? You heard that one?
I don't know. I think, especially with music, that's one of those fields I will never really care about AI for. I want to listen to something the person made.
Okay, you tell me your opinion after you hear What Up Gangster by 50 Cent.
It's that whole, I understand it's a tool, but I would prefer something made by a person rather than made by an AI.
I get you. We'll play this song here in a second. And it's a year old or something. What's it say?
Oh, the covers, though, those are fine. Because it's not, the song is made by a person, it's just a cover of it. That's just, they're putting a voice to it.
I get the idea that we prefer things created by humans as opposed to machines until it's no good, right? Or until we don't know.
I just think there's a difference between using AI as a tool for getting ideas or helping with conveniences versus having them do the whole thing. Those are two different things.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's the human intention.
Like if there is a bad movie created by a human and a good movie created by AI, which is gonna entertain me and keep me riveted, and I'm gonna be like, that was a great movie. I'll take the good one created by AI.
I just don't think that's possible for AI to do. AI is not creative. They just take data and they spit it out.
It is.
They're just taking the data they have. There's no such thing as an AI coming up with something. They're using the data they have. They can't make new information.
They do make new information. It's never existed. Look, you ready? Hold on.
It's like a blender. They take in all the info.
I understand that. I understand that.
They can do stuff, but they can't come up with something completely unique. That's not going to work because you can still use words from other stuff. It still counts as a different poem.
This poem's never existed before. I went looking for God and found a door half open in your smile. Right? So that line right there. I don't know. It doesn't need to mean anything. It's a poem.
There's no intention behind it.
So I'm looking for that line right there.
They could have
never existed before.
But because it's an AI, they can just write nonsense. That's how the hallucinations work.
But it doesn't just write nonsense. It doesn't just write nonsense. Right? Do you use AI?
Okay, explain that first 3 line. What does that mean?
Well, that's poetic nonsense, whether it's written by AI or a machine.
There's a purpose behind it.
But you're saying AI is just nonsense. Do you use AI?
I'm not saying it's nonsense. I'm saying in a creative field, I want human creativity. And AI can help.
Totally fair.
Tool, but it's not coming up with this stuff. It doesn't have a purpose. But it's not thinking.
It can't create from the void. It can only create from what's been trained on.
And so it can never come up with something truly unique, or like with poems, it can't really explain why it's doing it. It's just it's putting it out because you asked for it. There's no thought process.
Yes and no on that one.
See what it says, the first line again, ask it what that means.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's cool.
I think it's going to give a great explanation.
I would like to see.
but it isn't what, so, there it is. I don't know how it does what it does, man. It's like alien technology.
Speaker. So there is meaning.
Like God is found in the everyday, ordinary, average moments of just you looking at me and eye contact and a smile. Like God, the universe, you are the universe looking back at itself. And you are created, in some traditions, they say, in the image of God. You are God looking at God. I'm created by God. I'm looking at what's been created by God. I'm the universe looking back at itself. I went looking for God, and there's God, half open door, meaning like here's my invitation to enter into understanding God maybe in somebody small. But the point isn't whether or not we could understand the poetry. The point is, I think you were trying to make the AI can't create anything original.
Yeah. It's more
and
I can recognize it can make stuff that can be seen as
and,
good. It's the intention behind it.
And there's value in the human creation over
I can understand
100%.
It will get better, and I'm sure there will be times where it'll be hard to tell the difference, but there's still a deeper thing behind it. It's very philosophical, but there's a deeper feeling behind human creation, I feel. Like, you can still be used as a tool, but I think there's still a difference. And again,
I think you're right.
Trying to say
are you an intuitive kind of person that you kind of feel energy and stuff? You could pick up on energy?
No. I'm not trying to say that. I'm not even trying to say that it's wrong to like that stuff. I just personally prefer one over the other. That's all.
What if you can't tell? Because that's like Alan
That
Turing.
would always be the big problem.
That's the test in some ways, right? I mean, that's the test that Alan Turing came up with. He called it the imitation game. There's this game called the imitation game. And this was the test to see if a machine was artificially intelligent. You are given output. And if you can't tell if it's created by a human or created by a machine, and you say, I don't know, or you say it was created by a human and it turns out it was created by a machine, then that machine is artificially intelligent because you couldn't distinguish it between human and machine created.
I can recognize those lines get crossed. I think that's why there's a moral. It's a moral argument. There's a moral argument to feeling that people need to be honest when they're using that stuff to communicate when they are using it. I don't know, because of the fact that there is a value in human art, and the inability to be able to trust when someone's doing one or the other leads to problems.
Yeah, and it's an age-old argument, and I appreciate you sharing these perspectives. Dude, we could have differences. I love it. Chocolate ice cream, vanilla ice cream, whatever. Like, who cares? The world is so big. The universe is so big. My individualistic opinion perspective on something is like, not even like a fart in the wind or whatever, It's just like, it's like insignificant. I don't know why that's the analogy that came to me. Probably because I have teenage kids, like young kids at home who find poo-poo humor funny. But poo-poo pee-pee humor. So I appreciate you raising it, but we could say that about every tool.
Yeah.
We could say, you know what? I can't believe that they now have routers. Like my grandpa used to make wood, carving it by hand. Now they got these routers. There's a difference, and now we don't even think about it.
Digital art too versus hand drawn. Yeah.
We don't even think about it. So, and a lot of times we don't even know.
I think it's good to think about it, at least.
It is good to think about it. Terry.
But just to speak on that, it's like everybody's been shaped or indoctrinated by something, right? So would that be like AI generated because everything I learned on my concept or something came from somewhere? So it's like,
Yeah, just like humans are influenced by everything around them, AI has been influenced by everything around them. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, it's like basically like the same thing.
Yeah, like humans. Sure. Yeah, interesting stuff. All right, we'll get to the 50 Cent video here in a second. We were reflecting on the differences between these different eras, and I'm just looking to see content created by machines. So good discussion on that.
Yeah.
And what's that going to look like, Because I think they'll be making movies for us in the not too distant future. In the information age, value was given to knowing and memorizing facts. That you want to understand biology? Go see that professor of biology. She's really studied that, really understands it, knows all the facts of biology. they could tell you, right? Now, like, who cares? Like, that doesn't matter. Why you spent your whole life memorizing biology stuff and becoming there's still some value there, but it's less. Because now I don't have to go ask somebody with a PhD in biology questions. I could just ask AI. And really the value in the age of understanding is applying, accessing, and using the info that comes back to you, right? Using the info that comes back to you. So how do you think creatively? How do you bring stuff together? You have to almost become a bit of a CEO or somebody who is a coordinator, which is more of an executive level thing. You don't have to know everything and do everything. You have to be able to say, tell me, explain it. Why not this? How about that? Go do it. Come back to me. Give me the results. That's how you need to interact with AI, right? Like, I want to build a business. What's my first step? Where do I go? I need to understand, give me ideas for businesses. Let's validate those. How do I validate them, right? Like, you don't have to know. You tell it. You just have to kind of think it through. You have to know enough to be able to ask it the right questions and keep making those forward steps. So you learn what you need to know to be able to ask the next right questions and tell it the next things to do. Does that make sense? And then info age was disassociative. Everything was disjointed and fragmented, individual broken interactions. And the age of understanding is relational. Like AI, we relate to it like humans. And we have something called anthropomorphism, where we give human characteristics or qualities to things that aren't human. That's anthropomorphism. Anthropology is the study of humans. So anthro prefix probably means humans or something. I don't know. You can look it up. But anthropomorphism is we humanize stuff. Anybody got a name for their car or refer to their car with a gender? She runs real good or whatever, right? It's like, why are you calling it she? Why do you call your car Fred? I don't know what you call your car. Like why, and they anthropomorphize cars. They make cars intentionally, the front grille of cars express human emotion. If you look at the front grills of cars, different cars, that one's cute. That one looks mean, right? Like if you notice this about the front grille of cars, like there's like, we kind of project, dude, yeah, but even just like, front grille car, right? Like even if you just look at the front grills of cars, like they convey like big mouth with eyes, and like this one's different. Like they convey something. Like this is like a smile or something. So we anthropomorphize. Like, look at that one. That one looks like Toy Story. Or what was it? Cars. It looks like Cars. Yeah, maybe Cars. So you got what I was saying. So that's the information, artificial intelligence, and the age of understanding. And then machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, natural language processing. There's an order to all those. This is like the super category, artificial intelligence. And the way artificial intelligence is made is with neural networks, deep learning, machine learning. And so, we could ask ChatGPT, because I'm not totally clear on this, what is a Venn diagram these for me? What's the super category? That contains all other categories, and put the subcategories nested as when they should be. All right, that's cool. So artificial intelligence is the super category. Machine learning is the next one. You achieve machine learning with deep learning, and you get deep learning with neural networks. That's a really nice like I don't have to know that schematic. I don't have to be the repository of knowledge anymore. Like, let me tell you how it works. I don't care. Look it up. Like, you have to get to a place where you are comfortable saying, I don't know. I don't know, but I can find out. Like, that's the value today. Like, I don't need to know. Why would I spend my time knowing? Like, that's all known over there, and I know how to access it when I need it. and then the more you use something, the more you get used to it, and you know it.
So there's different AIs, right? But do like one of them have like a copyright or whatever, like or because it's just one program, right? I mean, or different companies come up with different type of.
There are issues with like consent for what data they take sometimes, which is something that needs to be like talked about. Because sometimes they take data from something that's not consented to, like just anything that's on the internet, without like. But it's a like legal question that needs to be like just dealt with in courts and whatnot.
I don't know what that question was. Is there a question?
Oh, sorry. I was answering with
It all sounded right.
I think what it's saying
It's
is
the way you make it sound,
I
right?
came up with a poem.
Huh?
If I came up with the poem and I wanted to sell it and get a profit off of it, right? Who would get the money?
That's a good question.
yeah.
That's a good question.
Like
So,
who owns what's made by an AI?
okay, that's another separate good question. They have two answers for each question. One question, if you create something with AI, who owns it? And so to figure that out, you go to, like, let's say we're using Claude, Anthropic terms of service, right? And you download this, and then you also download privacy policy. You get those things, and then the terms of service are going to tell you who owns it. I did this like a year ago, might have changed. But I uploaded it to AI, and I said, according to this terms of service and this privacy policy, if I create something with the AI, do I own it? And they're like, yeah, you own it. It's not Anthropic that owns it, which means if I own it, I could sell it. Now, in the courts right now, it says if something's created by AI, you can't copyright it. So copyright is, in America, and as a general legal term, copyright means you have the right to copy something. You own it. You have that right. So the terms of service say if you create something in AI, you own it. The company's not going to make a claim on you for it. You could do what you want with it, including selling it. And then the courts say if something was created by AI without a certain amount of human contribution or involvement to it, you can't own it.
I've seen stuff with there was a monkey who took a picture with the camera, but it was someone else's camera, but the monkey technically owned the picture because they're the one who took it. That was a real thing in like a court case.
The monkey sued him?
No, I forget who
That's
sued
a
him.
smart
I think
monkey,
it was
dude.
either the zoo or someone, maybe it was like one of those like animal foundations.
That's okay. That's fun, man. I like all your interesting anecdotes. Thank you for the contributions.
Yeah.
So you could totally create a book of poems, put it on Amazon, and sell it. Or you could create music, and you could sell it. But you'll probably want to disclose that you created this in collaboration with computers, with AI, with machines. All right? So if you go out and you're like, yeah, man, this is my music, and people are like, sweet, do a live event, and you're like, oh, I can't sing. They'll be like, then how's it your music? Right? Like you know Milli Vanilli? Yeah. When I was young, Milli Vanilli got in trouble because they didn't really know how to sing. And they were lip syncing all their stuff. Yeah. And they were just kind of the front people because maybe I guess they look good. I don't know. We can see what they look like. Milli Vanilli. Oh, there we go. So that's how artificial intelligence, do it in the same order. We got AI, ML, deep learning, AI, ML, deep learning neural networks. Yeah, so machines learn, they learn through, deep learning just means that there's a lot of neural layers, a lot of layers. And so a neural network is, they've taken a computer hardware and try to make it like brains, like human brains. And our brains have neurons and our brains have neural networks. And then the neural networks in our brains can get strengthened or weakened. And they're basically patterns of behavior and patterns of thought. And so you could create new patterns and new patterns of behavior and patterns of thought in your biological human brain. And you could reinforce them. And basically the more you do something, the more it sticks. And repetition's the mother of mastery, and practice leads to progress. And there was a quote on the wall of my daughter's classroom, and I took a picture of it, and I'm going to look up to see what the quote said, because it really kind of expressed that. So I'm just looking for the quote here. There it is. And it is, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit, right? And that's Aristotle. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. And so we reinforce neural pathways in our brains, and that's how we have patterns of behavior and patterns of thought. And so they tried to mimic the human brain by creating networks of chips, and there's layers of them. And then you give the computer a goal, or you train the computer, like identify dogs. You give it examples of what a dog looks like and what a dog doesn't look like, and it starts to train. And as it starts to get closer to the answer, it does back propagation and reinforces what it's doing right, and then it de-emphasizes what it's doing wrong. And so then it just gets closer and closer to being able to achieve that goal of identifying a dog, or whatever the goal is, or learning to play soccer, whatever the goal is. And it does this machine learning to create artificial intelligence. It does this learning, the machine learns, and it does it, and if it has a lot of layers in the neural network, through deep learning and using neural networks. And we could ask, give me an image that helps me understand neural networks. Like, I don't know. Dog. I'm just going to different AIs. I don't pay for these, but I like trying different ones.
So the ones that you pay for, do they give you better answers?
Do they give you better results?
Yeah, better results.
Well, the ones I don't pay for only let me do like 2 or 3 things a day. And then it's like, oh, I got to go to the ones I pay
With
for.
one of the homework assignments, I was using ChatGPT as the one to talk to.
Yeah.
One of the ones you got the stuff in. I made the mistake of not signing in on an account.
Yeah.
And when I went to download like the share link, I accidentally clicked off and it deleted the whole conversation. I had to do the whole assignment again.
I'm pretty chill about that stuff. You could just tell me in person. I'll be like, all right, I'll give you credit.
I did it a second time. It didn't take too long.
So input layer, hidden layer, output layer, and then the weights and biases are learnable parameters. And I don't totally understand how it works, but that's a picture that helps us get it.
Well, it's like you take the input, it translates the input, then it puts the output.
Explain that to me. I know back propagation is part of it. A neural network is basically a system that learns patterns from data by passing information through layers of simple processing units called neurons. Data flows in one direction from left to right, which is why this is called a feed-forward neural network. Input layer, these are just raw features of your data. If you're predicting house prices, the inputs might be boop, 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 boop. Hidden layer is where actual learning and pattern detection happens. Each green neuron does 2 main things. Takes a weighted sum of all the inputs, and the weights decide how important each input is. And the bias is like an adjustable offset. Applies an activation function. This introduces non-linearity, which is crucial. And so linear is very deterministic. So maybe they're saying non-linear is indeterministic. Without it, the whole network would just be a fancy linear equation and couldn't learn complex patterns. And the output, those neurons produce the final predictions. In the diagram, there are 2 outputs, which could represent, there you go, the key formula. So that's what a neural network looks like. So we have a neural network, and then we have natural language processing, which is just basically the computers can process natural language, which is what we speak. And generative AI is that they generate, it's artificial intelligence that generates stuff, text, images, music. And then AI hallucination is when AIs just make stuff up, like a court case that never existed. And an algorithmic bias is like if the algorithm is producing results which have some sort of a bias, right? Like whatever that bias might be to make Google better. Occasionally I'll see bias at Claude where it's like, well, I am Claude, so I have to tell you that my stuff's the best, but in a kind of a funny way. Deepfake is, something which, isn't real, but it looks real. So like a deep fake of a politician be like, oh my gosh, or Bill Gates. Look what Bill Gates is doing. No, it's just a made up video. It's a fake. Ethics, are ethics and morals are your, sense of what's right or wrong. Utilitarianism is, and Deontology, I think that's related to ethics. Let's look them up. I don't actually know. Who knows what deontology is? Anybody do that?
Well, that's the deontology is the belief that how you do something is more important than the results.
Oh, really? That's cool. I like that. Study what's right or wrong. Utilitarianism is an ethical theory that says an action is right if it produces the greater overall good for the greatest number of people. I like that. And deontology is an ethical theory that says an action is right or wrong based primarily on duties, rules, and principles rather than its consequences. What you're obligated to do. So with deontology, what would deontology say about stealing medicine from a pharmacy to save someone because the pharma company was pricing it too high? Person steals from pharmacy because their child will die without it. Deontologists would reason stealing violates moral rule duty. The good intention doesn't make the action right. Therefore, saving the person does not justify the stealing. Utilitarianism would say the person lives, stealing may be justified. So deontologist is just very black and white, it looks like.
Well, they're both black and white because these are very much the extremes
Okay.
of the moral, but it's more like they think about what you do versus what it causes versus, like, they think about the actual actions. Like, if you killed one person leading to a bunch of people living, deontologists would say that was bad because you're still killing someone for them.
Okay.
And it maybe even be the belief that there's a better outcome, there's a better solution that doesn't require bad actions.
Basically, under the law of universe, you got the right to purchase food if you have any food to eat.
Like, I think law in general usually works on a deontologist principle. It's still a crime even if it was for a good purpose.
Utilitarian will ask which produces the greatest overall good, least overall harm. So hitting the older person, 10 more years of life loss. Hit young person, 60 years of life loss. So hit the old person. Deontology, what is my moral duty? Is it permissible to intentionally harm someone? Like if you didn't have a choice, though. If you're like, I have to hit one of them, no other option.
It's just, it would be, you shouldn't deliberately choose to kill the person based on their age.
Yeah, but like what if it's like,
Do or die.
a kid runs out and you could either hit the kid or swerve to the right and you hit the old person on the bus stop. Like that's your split-second decision. Who do you hit?
I think
The old person on the bus stop, dude. They've already they've got some years.
The AI was explaining it at least is that the deontologists wouldn't like either option. They may even go for the third of just crashing somewhere else.
You don't have that choice though.
The option of hurting
What if it's a
themselves
beast
or
video? You got to kick somebody off. All right, that's chapter 2, and then we're going to watch this video, and then I think we're done for today. But we'll do this maybe Wednesday just to stay on track.